Hello everybody, my name is Mike. I'm the Ground Beef Chief. Today I got for you guys a 28-week update on Carnivore. In this video I'm going to do a weigh-in. I'm going to go over my weight loss so far. I'm going to talk about what finally made me snap out of it and leave the life that I was living before this. And I hope that this can motivate and inspire anybody who's struggling with the same issues that I do and might actually be in the same position that I was when I started Carnivore. So to start the video off, I'm going to go ahead and do a weigh-in. We're going to get that out of the way, and I'm going to do a body shot for you guys. And I just want you guys to know that I'm still very uncomfortable with getting in front of the camera, and the only reason I'm doing this is to help other people, to also keep track of my progress, and also to show you guys the progress that I've had so far. We've been on this diet now for 28 weeks, and I gotta say I haven't felt this good in a long time. And it's not just because of the weight loss, it's just because of my health issues, my underlying health issues that I've had. So let's go ahead and do this weigh-in and body shot and talk about it. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and do a weigh-in. Okay, so we started this journey off at 650 plus pounds. Today we are 509 pounds. So we lost 6 pounds this week, bringing us a grand total weight loss of 141 pounds so far. So yeah, that's 2 good weeks in a row of weight loss. Last week I lost 8 pounds. This week I lost 6 pounds. The week before last week I didn't lose any weight. I stalled out and I quit drinking coffee. And after I quit drinking coffee, I've lost 14 pounds since. So I'm really happy about this week's weigh-in, and I was really happy about last week's weigh-in. And you know, the interesting thing is I ate the exact same food this week that I did last week, the exact same amount of movement, and I lose 2 pounds less. My body is very strange. So this week all I had was bacon and ground beef and eggs. No mustard, no coffee. I just ate until I was full, and that was it. Twice a day. So I'm going to do something in this video that I'm really uncomfortable doing, but I just wanted to do it before the next time I'm on the Dr. Kilt show, because Alia asked me to give her a before and after picture. So I'm going to share my before picture with you guys because I want everybody on my channel to see it first. So here it is, and I'm going to try to share it on this side here. So in this picture, you guys, was 2 months before I started Carnivore. I want you guys to know the man in this picture isn't who I'm projected to myself in my mind. This is not who I am. This was never who I was. I don't know where I lost myself. This was me when I was so depressed. I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't go into public. I could barely move without getting extremely out of breath. I was very sick. I had very severe type 2 diabetes. I was very self-conscious. I still am, but not like I was then. A friend of mine actually took this picture of me, and he showed me that night. Now, we were hanging out, and I drank a whole bottle of vodka that night, and he takes this picture of me. He shows me it. Now, I was really upset seeing that picture of myself that night. It ruined my whole night. It sobered me right up. And at the time, I wanted to start Carnivore, and I was waiting on getting hired from my stepbrother. He had to go over it with his business partner because, as you guys know, I haven't been trucking because I've been out of shape and I couldn't pass DOT. I know I could pass the DOT now, but I'm holding off. I'm trying to reach my weight loss goal before I get back in a big rig. But I was just waiting on getting some income so I can afford food because I was unemployed when this photo was taken. I had no money for food. I was under the mercy of my grandma. My grandma's old-fashioned and doesn't like to spend money on food. She thinks that meat is too expensive. I mean, I would agree with her, but I'm still going to pay whatever it takes to put the best things for me in my body. So her and I never saw eye to eye in that, and I didn't expect her to anyways. So to give you guys an idea of how my life was when I was like that, every day I'd wake up and I'd pull the CPAP off my face. I still do that, by the way. And I would just lay there and think to myself, I can't believe I made it another day. I would sit up and I'd be in so much pain, man. And after I'd sit up, I would just sit there and stare off into space. just trying to get my mind off things. I almost went catatonic. And then after finally getting my wits together, I would go upstairs, I would make coffee, I would just sit there and I'd be on my computer all day, whether I'd be playing video games or whatever. And I wouldn't eat anything all day long. And then when nighttime came around, I would leave when my grandma was in bed. And before I lived with my grandma, when I was staying with my friends, I would leave when everybody was in bed and I would go get the food. I waited for everybody to be in bed or to not be home to go out and do this because of how ashamed I was. So I would go out, and to give you an example, I'd go to Domino's and I'd order 3 large pizzas, and I'd bring it back right up to my room and I would scarf down 3 large pizzas. I would watch YouTube and fall asleep and wake up the next day and do it all over again. And I did this every day for a few years. Now, I can't tell you how I lost control of myself because I don't know. I don't know what happened. I just know that I got really depressed. You know, trucking is a very lonely lifestyle. You don't have the freedom to do anything. You're on the road. You're not at home. You're not around your friends, your family. You kind of do the same thing every day. You just drive, stop at the truck stop, get something to eat, go to sleep, do it all over again the next day. You don't move. And to take some responsibility, yeah, I could have exercised. I could have pulled over and exercised, half hour, an hour a day. But to be honest with you, I didn't feel like it. Here I was making all this money and I had nothing to spend my money on because I was living in a truck except for food. So food was literally the highlight of my day every day. And that's not a life that I would wish on my worst enemy. And what finally made me snap out of it, you guys, my uncle got sick with brain cancer. I offered to take him to some of his treatments to, relieve some of the stress on my family. And so I was taking him to his chemo treatments, and he was part of a research group. And I got the time to catch up with him while I was taking him, and, we talked. And he told me the only thing that he wishes for me is to get healthy again. And I told him, I said, as soon as I start this job and I'll have the money for the food, I'm starting a diet. And I don't know if he believed me or not, but he said, you can do it. I know you can do it. So anyways, fast forward, I was able to finally start Carnivore 2 weeks before he passed away. And that was last time I saw him. He passed away 2 days later. So that was one of the biggest motivating things that got me to doing this, is just trying to honor one of his wishes. And obviously another huge factor was seeing pictures of me being so unhealthy, not being able to barely move without getting extremely out of breath, not being able to bathe myself like I wanted to. And so that's how I finally snapped out of it, you guys. I stopped letting food addiction control me. And without Carnivore, I'm not so sure how well I would have done. And so today I'm down 141 pounds from the heaviest that I was. I'm just sitting here today and thinking, man, what were you thinking? Why didn't you just gain control when you know you started to put on weight again? Why wouldn't you just stop it then? You could have saved yourself a whole lot of time, a whole lot of grief. I just don't know how to respond to that. But I'm here to tell you guys this. If I can do this, you guys can. If you guys have type 2 diabetes, if you guys have insulin resistance, if you're extremely obese or a little obese even, or a little overweight, and you have a goal in mind, or your health just isn't that great in general, Carnivore really changed everything for me. I went from having an A1C of 10.2 to now a 6.1, and I'll link the video up talking about that. I used to have an average blood pressure of 190 over 120. Now my blood pressure's in the normal range. My fasting blood sugar used to be over 250, and now it's in the normal range. My triglycerides used to be high, and now it's in the normal range. And all my blood work looks really good, considering I'm carnivore. Now, there are numbers on my blood work that might not be considered good, but since I'm carnivore, I'm not worried about it. Numbers like your LDL cholesterol, you don't have to worry about as long as you're not eating any sugar or carbohydrates, because that's when it oxidizes and starts doing damage, clogging arteries, causing atherosclerosis and things like that. So I went from dying to living and thriving. I went from hopeless to finally having hope. And I'm going to continue doing this probably for the rest of my life. Now, Carnivore has its ups and downs. I'm not going to lie to you guys and tell you guys it's easy, especially at first. It is really hard. When you're suffering from a food addiction and you have to quit eating that food and it's in your face all day, every day, is very, very hard. And I understand that. I lived it. But you really got to dig deep within yourself and you got to say, I'm doing this for me. For once in my life, I need to step up and change my life, or I'm not going to be here much longer. Or you need to say, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. And you need to just make the changes. And the longer you stay on it, the easier it gets. The first 3 months of this diet, I craved pizza and cheesecake and high carb foods every day. And I just kept saying to myself, nope, you're dying. You got to stop it. You're going to die. And finally now, it's just like I love eating what I eat now. So why, and I also love pizza. I loved it anyways. But why would I trade eating something that I love now that's making me healthy again for something that I loved then, still would love to enjoy now, being pizza, and jeopardizing everything? It's not worth it. It's just like a drug addict relapsing. So the purpose of my videos is just to inspire you guys, to let you guys know, look at me. I'm still doing this. 90% of the people that hear about carnivore aren't even going to bat an eye at it. They think we're all insane. And all you can do is pray for these people. I don't think I'm above any of them or anything like that. I don't think I'm smarter than any of them or anything like that. I just think they're a little closed-minded, and if they don't want to change their life, or if they don't want to at least give it a shot, that's their loss, not mine. Or they could heed my lecture and then they can say, yeah, you know what, maybe I'll give it a shot. But based off my experience with a couple of my friends, I got a friend who's so ornery and his ego is so bad that he thinks that I'm stupid because of what I'm doing. And it's caused arguments with him. And he thinks that this whole carnivore thing is a cult. The only reason anybody's talking about it is because it's changing their lives. And they're trying to help you. They're not trying to harm you. All right, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and close out this video. And before I close out this video, I want to give a shout out to all my members. And if you're new to this channel, I have a membership called I Can't Afford Eggs. I'll link it in the video description of every video. It's also linked in the description on my YouTube page. So I brought my list with me of my members. And I'm also going to share the list up on the screen. So MM, Pat Ramirez, Catherine Brown, Sheriff, Two Birds in a Van, Australia, Brenda Weldon, Lania DeMars, JL, Richard Bishop, Stephanie Blackmore, Kimmy K, Sane S, Cordelia KS, Salty Refried Bean, Deezed, Stephanie Smith, Part Indian, Charles Patek, Tammy Rundle, Colleen Borchardt, A-Bear, Kimberly B59, and Lynn Murgatroyd. Thank you all to my members. You guys help me out. You guys are helping me buy eggs. I want to thank everybody that sent me super chats in every video. That also goes towards my carnivore. The purpose of my membership is just to assist me in my weight loss journey. I will shout you guys out in every video. It's 99 cents per month if you guys want to help me out. If not, I don't want anybody to feel obligated. And I want to thank all 2,060 of my subscribers. Last week we're at 1,960, so we gained 100 subscribers since last week. Thank you all so much. And I want to thank everybody who watches my videos and everybody that shows love in the comments. You guys have really helped me out throughout this whole journey, and I couldn't be more thankful than I am. And I bring you guys these videos every week to help keep you inspired, to help keep you motivated, and to help keeping you on track. So thank you, everybody. And that's what I got for you guys this week. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope that this helped anybody out that needed it. And I will talk to you guys again next week.